I interviewed Don twice. I've interviewed the other guys in Dokken as well, and just researching. I don't know when it was, maybe on one of my Don interviews where I was looking up pictures and then came across all these pictures, old school pictures with you in them, and to where you were, yeah, you were jamming with Don, and I'm like,
Oh,
unbelievable. I didn't even know that.
yeah. Yeah, man. I was in a band with him when I was 18, and we were both in local bands in the South Bay section of it's the beach. South Bay is like Redondo Beach, Hermosa Beach, Manhattan Beach, out here in California. And I was in another band called Slicker, and I was actually out on a pizza delivery. I was a pizza delivery kid, and I ran in to use the bathroom at a Dunkin' Donuts. It was literally a Dunkin' Donuts. I stopped in to use the restroom, and he was in there, and he goes, "Hey, aren't you a drummer?" I said, "Yeah, I am." "And you're the guitar player for Airborne?" He's like, "Yeah." I said, Your band's great." He goes, "You're a great drummer." I said, "Oh, thanks." He goes, "I'm looking for a drummer." I said, "I'm your guy." And I joined his band a couple days later called Airborne. And, we used to play around with Van Halen. And there was a lot of other bands, like the guys in Wolfgang, they later became Autograph, and they were out on the scene. And guys from Quiet Riot and were in different bands. It was crazy. There were so many bands. Any gig you do, there would be, 4 bands of what would become later down the road full of multi-platinum future artists.